Now, NIO announced that on the 25th of November, before the US market opens, they will be announcing their Q3 earnings, which is something that is going to be very, very interesting, I'm telling you. I mean, there are so many things that we want to look onto these earnings, which the most important out of all is NIO confirming on these earnings that in Q4 they are expecting to get to profitability. That is the guidance. We want to see the guidance over and above the earnings that they are going to report for quarter 3. I mean, it goes without saying that, of course, a lot of the new investors, we all want NIO to reach profitability, which is why I'm saying it is the most important thing. I mean, in Q3, we already know that in terms of the deliveries that they generated, NIO sold 87,071 cars, which represented a 40.77% increase year on year. And this performance, of course, so Onvo delivering 37,653 on that Q3, delivering or surpassing NIO's main brand deliveries for the first time. Firefly in that quarter, they sold 12,847, and the company's previous revenue guidance for quarter 3 was between 21.81 billion RMB to 22.88 billion RMB. So 21 billion is like what? $3 billion. That is what they are expecting, and hopefully we get to see NIO getting to this. We'll also be monitoring the gross margins, because it's also very important that if NIO wants to get to profitability, gross margins should definitely improve. So we want to see and confirm that. Another thing that will be very important, it is the cash at hand. We need to see NIO's cash or available cash at hand being more or growing, because it hedges against liquidity, right? That is what makes investors to be so excited, and that is what will make us as the new investors to be so happy and excited about NIO. So the 25th, it looks like it's going to be on a Tuesday. That other Tuesday, right? Before market opens, NIO will be giving us the earnings, and I think the earnings will be good, the guidance will be good, profitability will be confirmed, and after those earnings, who knows, we might see the stock price or share price of NIO improving or making a short squeeze, who knows, to double digits. We'll see, but I'm just hoping for the best, because NIO has been doing something great. NIO has been showing massive improvement in deliveries, in sales, revenues, and all that, and we are hoping that, look, there are signs already that confirm that indeed what NIO achieved in quarter 3 shows that they are heading closer and closer to profitability. If there is one thing that was stressing or really making the big fishes and retail investors to be worried about NIO is the net losses that they were generating. Q1, Q2 net losses were bad, almost $1 billion, and people are really worried about that figure, so that if NIO wants to get to profitability, that figure must narrow, which is why some of the analysts came out and said, look, for Q3, they are expecting net losses to come at least to 500,000 RMB or 600,000 RMB, which will be so great, especially knowing very well that NIO was reporting net losses of almost $1 billion in the previous 2 quarters. That is Q1 and Q2. Oh yeah, man, I am happy, I am excited, and some of you guys were asking me about the earnings. They are confirmed by NIO. It's there on their official website. They will be doing or reporting these earnings on the 25th of November, in 2 weeks time, right? Almost in 2 weeks, in less than 2 weeks, we'll be getting these figures, which is just so great. Now, in as much as the deliveries for the over 87,000 were good, new investors right now, we have passed that. We want to see the 150,000 deliveries coming right now in Q4 or quarter 4, and hopefully the revenue also, revenue-wise, we get to see revenues exploding, who knows, to maybe $5-6 billion. We just hope for the best, man. Oh, and another important thing that, of course, we'll be tracking is the other sales. Other sales, you remember that NIO in quarter 2 they reported an all-time high in terms of other sales. I think it was over $400 million that they generated from sales outside selling the cars of NIO. And the reason why that figure was up, remember NIO has partnered with McLaren, and they are supplying McLaren with some of their software, which they received a couple of millions in the second quarter, which is why that those earnings, non-EV sales of NIO came over 400 million RMB. Not sure how it will go, but it will be interesting for us to just also closely monitor the other sales and see how NIO performed in terms of the other sales in quarter 3. It will be very interesting. But my dear friends, like I said, yeah, let's just wait. Right now we wait, we see. Whatever happens into the share price before the earnings, no one can really predict. There might be volatility as we head closer and closer to those earnings. There might not be volatility. It might just be consolidating. We don't know, but we know that on the 25th, when the market open, NIO stock should make a massive movement, either up or down. And we are hoping that it is a short squeeze going to double digits. So yeah, man, I look forward to those earnings, and I thought I quickly come and give you the updates. Tell me what you think about this. Blue sky is coming, long term will win, and those that are persevering throughout the headings of the share price will be rewarded with time. Look, man, it does take me some time to create this kind of content. I'll really appreciate if you can just like, subscribe, hit or click that notification bell, that at least you can be notified by YouTube every time I drop a new one. Share price wise, NIO might not be doing the most or performing the way we want it to, but let's wait until the earnings. The earnings could be the major catalyst of the share price of NIO. The earnings could be that thing that triggers once again the rally that we saw from NIO starting from end of July to date, right? That rally that took us from $3 to now over $6 per stock, which is where NIO is trading at. But anyways, let's leave it here. I'll see you on the next one. That is all from me, and God bless you all.